Hello bookworms! Today I have another news and stuff video to share with you. There have been a ton of cover reveals, so there's going to be a lot of those that I'm sharing in this video, but there is some other stuff as well. But I'm just letting you know. Lots of cover reveals and lots of really good ones. But anyway, the first bit of news that I really wanted to talk about before I talk about those, because it is one of the most recent things to be announced and I think everyone is probably pretty excited for it, is that the title to Fantastic Beasts 2 has been announced, and it's not Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 2 or anything along those lines. It's actually going to be called The Crimes of Grindelwald. And they shared a cast photo of everyone and it just looks amazing. I'm so excited for this movie. I think, like a lot of other people, I really wish that they would recast Johnny Depp. I am not happy that he's playing Grindelwald or that he's having a big role in these films, but I really love the look of young Dumbledore. I cannot wait to see more about his past, and yeah, I'm really excited. And somebody on Instagram had actually pointed out that if you look at the typography in the title, The Crimes of Grindelwald, there are actually several letters that are shaped like the Deathly Hallows. So the I in crimes, the O in of, and the A in Grindelwald, those are actually all in the shapes of the Deathly Hallows. So that's like a pretty cool Easter egg that's right there. Another thing that has been talked about is that Newt's book, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, is going to be coming out during this film. So he's actually going to have a book launch party at Flourish and Blotts in Diagon Alley, and I am so excited to see Diagon Alley in like the 20s. I can't even tell you. I just seriously cannot wait. We also found out that the Kingkiller Chronicles, which is the series The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear, and the third book, which has not come out yet in 10 years, we all know that that's being adapted for TV, but we finally found out a little bit more information that the show is actually going to be on Showtime. And we also found out the showrunner, and his name is John Rogers, and he actually worked on the Librarians TV series as well as Leverage and Transformers. Then a title reveal that we got is the ACOTAR novella that's coming out next May by Sarah J. Maas. We can tell from like the photo that she showed that the cover is going to be green, but we don't know like what it's gonna look like yet, but I have a feeling it's gonna be gorgeous. But we finally found out the title, and it's actually gonna be called A Court of Frost and Starlight, and I love it so much. Like, that title just completely appeals to me in every possible way, and we don't have any other information on it, but just judging from that title, I think it's going to be heavily based on the Winter Court and I'm guessing the Night Court, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm just really excited. I can't wait until they do like the actual cover reveal for it, because it's just going to be beautiful, but I am obsessed with that title. We've also found out that Cassandra Clare will be releasing a new book of short stories set within the Shadowhunter world, of course. It's going to be called Ghosts of the Shadow Market, and then keeping in line with her previous short stories, it's not going to be solely written by her. She's also going to have a couple of co-writers, so she's going to be writing some of the stories, as well as Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, Robin Wasserman, and Sarah Reese Brennan. There's going to be a total of 8 stories that are included in this book, and like Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, they're actually going to be released like one by one. So the first one is going to be released in April of 2018, and then after that there will be one released per month, and then the book will probably come out, like the bind-up of all the short stories will come out in 2019. And any contemporary fans will be very pleased to know that Gayle Forman has announced her next book, and she is going back to young adult. Her last novel ended up being an adult novel, but she's returning to the world of young adult, and the book is entitled I Have Lost My Way. It follows 3 teenagers who have all suffered like great personal losses, and all 3 of their stories are going to intertwine after an accident happens in Central Park. So that sounds really good. I'm really glad that she's making a comeback to YA. And Gayle's book is going to be hitting shelves in March of 2018. It's also been announced that Thirteenth has acquired a new trilogy by Charlie Jane Anders. She's the one that wrote All the Birds in the Sky, and she is like, I don't remember exactly her position, but she's like one of the top people involved in the website IO9. If you're familiar with that, they do like all kinds of science fiction and fantasy news. But her new trilogy is going to be an outer space trilogy. The project is currently untitled. It's going to follow a present-day teenager who discovers that everything that they believe to be true is not, and they're not actually a human. And on top of that, she also finds out that she has a critical role to play in an interstellar drama involving many alien races. I'm pretty excited about this trilogy. Charlie Jane Anders actually won both a Hugo Award and Nebula Award, so to have a new upcoming series coming from her from Tor also, I'm just so excited. I feel like I cannot wait to get my hands on this one. It's also been announced that Lena Dunham and Jenny Connor are going to be adapting E. Lockhart's Genuine Fraud, which was her newest book that came out this past September. I have not yet read this one yet, but I'm definitely planning on doing so because I really enjoyed We Were Liars, and I've heard some good things about her most recent release, and it's also like a quick thriller, which I always enjoy. Okay, so also some of the biggest news that is the most personally offensive to me is that it's been announced that Amazon has acquired the rights to make a Lord of the Rings television series. I'm just not here for that. I'm like really upset about this news because I just love the films so much and I don't think that this franchise needs to be touched. We had the Hobbit films that came out like kind of recently-ish, and I don't know, I just like, to me there's just no reason to change anything from Peter Jackson's amazing universe that he created because it's already perfect. So I'm like while I love the idea of seeing new Lord of the Rings things, I just would rather rewatch the original films. I just don't want this. Let me know how you feel about it. I don't know if that's like an unpopular opinion, but ugh, no. So I have to follow up that bad news by some good news, and that is that HBO has actually acquired the rights to all of the Harry Potter films and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So they're going to be premiering on HBO in January, and they're also going to be available to stream on HBO Go and HBO Now and HBO whatever the other one is. There's so many HBO streaming services, but that's really exciting because the films will be a lot more accessible for people who maybe don't own all of them, and it's nice to just like have them on demand without having to like go and find your copy of the Blu-ray. Oh, demand, HBO on demand, that's the other one. But that is all happening on January 2nd. And then while we're talking about Harry Potter, I do also have to announce that Niantic, who is the company that made Pokemon Go, has announced that they are making, they're actually working with Warner Brothers to create a new game that's set in the Fantastic Beasts world. And it's essentially going to be Pokemon Go, but with Fantastic Beasts. So I am really excited for that. I have no doubt that I'm going to be 100% addicted once that comes out. I know some other people, like my husband, is a little bit more hesitant about being excited about that news because Pokemon Go definitely got like repetitive after a little while. So hopefully they'll be able to do something different enough that will keep you engaged a little bit longer in the game, especially if you don't live in like a big city or an area where you have the opportunity to catch as many beasts. But I'm hoping that there will be a little bit more story involved in this game as well. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited, I'm optimistic. Then, as I mentioned in a past news video, it was revealed that the 13th Doctor is going to be a female doctor, and now they have revealed her outfit to us. So, while her outfit is not an outfit that I would personally wear, I think they did a good job of like paying homage to the past Doctors, and I think that it's like a functional outfit, and I think it makes sense for the character to wear something along those lines because they would have gotten so much backlash if they were like, female doctor, let's put her in like a sexy dress and heels or something. Like that would not have gone over well. So I think that they did a really good job of, like I said, tying it back to past Doctors, and even though it's not an outfit that I love, I think it works, and I think that they did a good job. Then I've got some Disney news. I think that everybody is probably aware, I think I talked about it in a past news video too, that Disney's going to be coming out with their own streaming service, and there are just so many streaming services that it's like really hard to keep up with all of them, but Disney is one of the few that I feel like could be successful in creating their own streaming service just because they have so much material to work with and their content is so desirable, and to have like one place where you could watch everything is just amazing, especially when they have like movies that go into the vault and everything all the time. So I am here for the Disney streaming service, but we found out a little bit more about it, and one of the very positive things is that Bob Iger, who is one of the like big heads at Disney, he said that the streaming service will be a lot less expensive than Netflix. So that definitely makes me feel a lot better about it as well, because like, how many more streaming services can I possibly pay for monthly? He said that because they have less of a catalog to work with, that it'll be less expensive. But they're also developing some shows that will be just exclusive to the Disney streaming service. So I'm already like so on board for this. The service is going to launch in 2019, so we have a little while until then. They're creating a new live action Star Wars series just for the streaming service, which yes, please, as well as a Marvel series that's going to be exclusive to the Disney streaming service. There's also going to be a show set in the world of the Monsters, Inc. universe, and there's also going to be a new, I believe, film that'll be like part of the High School Musical franchise. And then speaking of Disney and Star Wars, it has also been announced that Rian Johnson is going to be launching a new Star Wars trilogy. This set of movies is going to take place within the Star Wars universe, but it's going to be far removed from the Skywalker side of things. He's going to be the writer and the director for the first film. I believe he also worked on The Last Jedi, and we don't have any information yet on like the plot or the characters or any other details. It's just been announced that there's this like new trilogy that's going to be coming, and I'm pretty excited because Star Wars is like a huge expanded universe, and there's so many other corners to explore besides just like Luke, so I'm pretty excited. We got a new poster for the Runaways series that's going to be premiering on Hulu. I am really looking forward to this. I have not watched any series that are exclusive to Hulu as far as I am aware, but I'm definitely going to be checking out this one because I really loved the Brian K. Vaughan comic version of the Runaways, and I'm also pretty excited that Rainbow Rowell is writing them. So yeah, this will be something that I will be watching. Another bit of Disney news, it has been announced that Stephen Chbosky, who is the author of The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is like one of my favorite books of all time, signed on to actually be the screenwriter for Charming. And Charming is going to be a new film by Disney, and it's going to be all about Prince Charming's story. If I know anything, it is that Stephen Chbosky is a really good storyteller and tells a really powerful tale. So I'm really excited to hear this news. I'm definitely going to see this movie, and I think it'll be fun because we don't have any movies that really focus on like the prince side, and especially Prince Charming because he's such like a well-known, you know, character. It's also been announced that Rebecca Searle, who's the author of Famous in Love, she just sold her first adult novel to Flatiron. And as I've said in a couple of videos, I'm pretty obsessed with Flatiron books this year, so I'm very interested to see what an adult novel from her is going to be like. The book is called The Dinner List, and it is set in New York City. It's going to be a magical realism novel, and what happens is there's this woman who goes to dinner for her birthday, and when she sits down, she discovers that like everyone she's ever dreamed of having at a dinner together is in attendance, which sounds really cool. There were some comparisons to Midnight in Paris, and I love that movie, so I'm on board for this book. Funko is finally going to be releasing Saga Pop figures. It was about time for those, but they look really cool, and I think that a lot of people are going to be really pleased to add those to their collection because they were just like, they had to be a long time coming. It's amazing that they've gotten through like there's 7 or 8 volumes of Saga now and not had Funko figures yet. Alrighty, and now I'm going to talk about some of the cover reveals. So Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, which is the 3rd book in the Dark Artifices trilogy, that just got its cover reveal. I really I don't love the covers in this series, to be honest. I'm really hoping that Waterstones does another like exclusive Rune cloth-bound edition, and I will 100% be buying that one. But I'm excited that we finally have some more information about it, and I've been really excited because this book wasn't supposed to come out until 2019, and then she was like, it's gonna be coming out sooner, I'm moving it back into 2018. It's coming out in December of 2018, so like it's not that much sooner than we had thought. But I'm still really excited. I really love that series, and the way that things ended in Lord of Shadows, like, whoa. We also got a cover for Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli, and I think that the cover is really pretty. It's a bright blue. It kind of reminds me of the blue of The Upside of Unrequited, but I love the illustration on the front of the girl. I think it's a really, the colors go really well together. I love the pink and the yellow against the blue. I think it really pops. And also the character that is drawn on the cover is not your typical thin character. I'm pretty excited about that. The one thing that I don't like about the cover is why is there that giant, like, Love Simon circle at the bottom? My friend Cassie sent it to me and we were talking about it, and we both are really hoping that it's a sticker that you can take off. But also, like, why would they have revealed it with that there if it wasn't on the actual cover? So I'm not sure what's going on with that or why they would think that was a good idea, but otherwise I like it. We also got the cover reveal for Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. This one's coming out on May 29th of 2018, and I think it fits in perfectly with the rest of Casey's hardcover books. The title is like the same kind of typography, and it has just like a sweet, cute contemporary cover, so I'm pretty excited about this one. We also got a cover reveal for Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This book is described as Father of the Bride meets 16 Candles. Yes. The cover is really cute. It has a girl that looks like she's trying to save this wedding cake, but there's obviously something disastrous that's going on because we have the cake like flying off of the table, and it also looks like the cake topper, like the bride, is kind of like flying in the air by the title. And there's a cute dog in typical Morgan Matson fashion. And also really exciting is that all first editions of Save the Date will be signed by Morgan Matson, so if you pre-order one early enough, you will get one of those signed editions. We also got a cover reveal for From Twinkle with Love by Sandia Menon. This is going to be her sophomore novel following When Dimple Met Rishi, and the cover is very similar to the style of When Dimple Met Rishi. I love when authors have their covers, like, for books that aren't even necessarily related, like, still kind of stick within a theme. I think that's like a really nice way to just like tie everything together. But it's really cute. It has a girl and she's holding a camera, so we know that she's very into photography, and I am pretty excited to read this one. Then Epic Reads revealed a whole lot of covers. The first one being 9 Days and 9 Nights by Katie Cotugno, who is one of my favorite authors. All of her stories so far have been standalone novels, but this one is actually going to follow Molly and Gabe's story, who are the characters from 99 Days. And I don't want to tell you anything else that it's about because I don't want to spoil the events of the first book. But I see a London phone booth on there, which gets me really excited for the travel aspect of this novel. We also got the cover for My Plain Jane by Jodi Meadows, Cynthia Hand, and Brody Ashton, and this is the companion novel to My Lady Jane. There's also a cover for Erin Bowman's Contagion, which is going to be a new series that's coming out, and just judging on the cover, it definitely looks like it is very heavily based in science and biology. We also got the cover for Sea Witch by Sarah Henning, which is a book that I have been really excited about. As I've been saying for a while, I love anything with mermaids, anything Little Mermaid related, like, just count me in. So I've been like looking forward to finding out more information about this book because I swear it has been on the unreleased shelf of my Goodreads for like a year at least, possibly longer. Like literally since the book was announced that it was purchased by Harper, I was like, yes, I'm gonna read this one. I also really love the cover for Heart of Thorns by Bree Barton. I have no idea what this one is about, but I think that the cover is super beautiful, and if this is like one of those covers that has a texture to it, it will be a contender for a favorite cover of 2018. We also got the cover for Fierce Like a Firestorm by Lana Popovic, and this is the next novel that follows Wicked Like a Wildfire. I really love the cover for this one. I have not read Wicked Like a Wildfire, and I don't know what either of them are about, but when I saw this cover, I was just like blown away by its beauty. So I will actually leave a link down below to that Epic Reads blog post where they revealed a lot of the covers because there were so many more than I talked about, but those were just like my favorite ones of the bunch. But that is all the news that I have to tell you today. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything that you're like super excited about that I talked about. I love talking about this stuff with you guys in the comments, so I look forward to doing that. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and thank you so much for just like being here and watching my channel and commenting on my videos and everything, because I so appreciate it. And I just wanted to say that since Thanksgiving is coming up, so I'm in like the thankful spirit. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you soon in a new video. Bye!